ओम सर्व वेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरम तम गोचरम गोविंदम परमानंदम सद्गुरुं प्रणतोस्म्यहम्. We are trying to study Sri Shankaracharya's Viveka Chudamani, and we have read up to Shloka 445. And the new topic of Prarabdha Karma is being dealt with in a masterly way by Shankaracharya. But many of the listeners are very new to Vedanta. So I will try to describe first of all what are the karmas, different karmas, and what is prarabdha, and what is its connection with the man of realization and with the man of semi-realization. So whatever we do in our life, whatever we do or talk or mentally think, these are all actions. Whether we talk or mentally think or actually do, it leaves an impression upon us. Every karma, this is called karma. And every karma produces two types of results. First is the outside result. And people try to hoodwink society. God cannot be hoodwinked. So if you steal something, the outside result is you will be jailed. You may try to avoid it, you may try to delay it, but it is going to come to you today or tomorrow. But there is another effect of karma. And every karma that you do, including thinking, talking, and working, produces an impression on your mind. And this impression is not lost at all. And this is not just an impression, it has the potential to come up again. This is called the karma ashaya, the receptacle of karma. It is there in our subtle body. We have seen this Sukshma Sharira many times. So it is there in our mind or Sukshma Sharira. There is an impression of every work we do. Now, every moment we are doing some work, and this is going on adding to the collection. Now, we are on the point of death. There, out of all this collection, those which are very prominent, those which have been very conspicuously done, prominently done, whose impressions are the strongest, they cause our next body. But all the karmas do not get lost. All the karmas, that is called sanchita karma, the collected karma ashaya. Out of this almost infinite store, because life after life we have been doing karma, and all this is stored as impressions, and this is called sanchita karma. Out of that, whatever has been prominently done, that collection at the point of death decides how we'll be born in the next life. You may imagine, if you like, God is a super computer. So in a flash, it is decided where the jiva goes. And when we see that he has become unconscious prior to death, actually he's become conscious of another body. So, like the leech, they say, it leaves a leaf. Before that, it catches the next leaf and then it leaves the previous leaf. Like that, this is the momentum which we carry at the point of birth in the next life. This is called prarabdha. That means that momentum which has begun to bear its fruit. Lot of karma is there, they are in store, but out of that, our body, we see everybody's body is different, everybody's body is different. That depends upon the momentum we carry. It is the mind which creates the body. At the point of new birth, it is the mind which creates new body. So mind means these mental impressions which are going to bear fruit or express, manifest themselves during this life. This is called the prarabdha karma. Out of the almost infinite store of Sanchita, some particular works which have been very prominent will be prone to produce result in the next life. All of them will produce result, but they will take their turn. After this life is over, you may get the turn of the next prominent karmas. So, and added by this life's work. So, this is called prarabdha karma. They have created the body. We have seen in one previous shloka. Prarabdha karma gratitam shariram. Now it has to exhaust itself. When it exhausts itself, then we pass on to another body. Because by that time, a new momentum has taken place. Now, suppose we have got realization or semi-realization. Let us take both of them together. When I say semi-realization, I mean this nididhyasana sheel. That means he has felt, I am Brahmasmi. But the mind still goes to outside. Outside means different from our nature is called outside. So the mind may go to mental level, it may go to the physical level, it may go to the pranic level, it may go to some object in the outside world, but we are pulling it back. Mostly we have seen 150 shlokas were given for this Nididhyasana. That we have to bring it back and think of our real nature as Brahman. This is called Nididhyasana Sheel. One whose habit has become Nididhyasana. We have seen that Nididhyasana consists of two parts. He has already felt I am Brahmasmi. So trying to retain this, trying to stick to this is one part. But the other impressions are not gone. So they rise and we remove them. I am not this body. I am not this prana. I am not this mind. In this way, I am not attached to a particular object of the world. So in this way, we continuously try to remove and bring the mind back to the Aham Brahmasmi. This is called Nididhyasana Sheel. And this results in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, as we have seen in shlokas 408, 9 and 10, where all these vrittis, they produce a flash. And this I is totally destroyed, or I is totally merged in Brahman. Brahman only is felt as I. And then, after Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Shankaracharya has already described the life of the Jivan Mukta. His body does not drop. Now the question remains, if he is not conscious of the body as I, if he is not conscious of the mind as I, if he is not conscious of the pranas as I, then what keeps up the body? Body itself cannot run. Body runs only when I am conscious that I have this body. Either I am this body or I have this body. Then only body runs. So at this point, what happens is our question. And the popular concept is that so long as the momentum which has made this body does not exhaust itself, so long the man will have to live in the body. That is the popular concept, basing upon what we hear from the Vedas. This Shankaracharya is now telling us in great detail. I've already told you that this Nididhyasana shield is external signs are 90% same as that of a man of realization. Because the man of realization is permanent in his realization that he is not anything apart from Brahman. Well, this man may be a little conscious of something else, but is bringing it back again and again. So, this Aham Brahmasmi Vritti, and the final state is called Aham Brahmasmi Dipti. That means this wave gives a flash. The man realizes that this Aham also is Brahman, and the Brahman which is felt is also Brahman, and two, there cannot be two. So there is a flash, and the two merge into one. And then the man comes back again. The main point here is one more point that some people wrongly believe, even so-called Shankara's followers, that if the I totally vanishes, he can never come back. If man in Nirvikar Samadhi never came back, we would not have got the Vedantas at all. Vedantas are descriptions of experiences. If a man who has attained Nirvikar Samadhi would not come back, then where do we get the Vedanta? So, the mental state changes. The knowledge gained in that mental state does not change, but it changes in form. And that is beautifully described, especially in the Kenopanishad. Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate. That means in Nirvikala Samadhi, there is no I and you. There is no I and Brahman even. The Jnata, Jnanadeya, Jnaya, all have become one. The differences have been vanished. But after that, the state, so the knowledge is gained that there is no world. The knowledge is gained that only Satchit Ananda is the reality. Now, the state of the mind changes and duality is pursued again. I and the world is pursued again, but with a heaven and hell difference. They are no more real to him. One who has seen the absence of the world, one who has seen the absence of I consciousness separate, one who has seen that, one who has experienced that in Nirvikula Samadhi, he can never feel that I is real or the world is real. Then what does he see? He sees that the one I realized in Nirvikala Samadhi now appears as two, appears as bipolar light, appears as I and the world. So the I and the world appear, but the consciousness is that it is one appearing as two. We can understand this by the example of the dream state. In dream, I was eating a mango. When I wake up and recollect the dream, I understand very clearly that the mango was made up by my mind. Side by side, the person who was eating the mango was also made up by my mind. Because I, as I know, was sleeping on the cot. So the mind divides itself into a subject and an object. And the fun is that it is a property of the mind. That with the I who was eating the mango, it is identified as the subject I. And with the mango, the identification is that it is an object which I am enjoying. So, in waking state, we understand that both the subject and the object were creations of my mind, both were not different. Now, this waking state also we have seen is a dream, is like sleeping, because we are not aware of the reality, which is one without a second. There is no subject-object perception there. When in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, we have seen that there is no subject-object consciousness. Now, when it appears again, remember, as in the waking state we understand the dream, so in the real waking into Brahman, we understand the present waking state. That in the waking state, there is an I, there is the world, and there is a type of perception. But it becomes filled up with, or it becomes the three appearances of one reality, which is existence, consciousness, bliss, as described from outside. And so, this is called Pratibodha Viditam Matam. In every vibration of the Bodha, he knows Brahman. So, this is the state of affairs one first must understand. And this Shankara has described beautifully as Jivanti. Now, what happens to the Karma Ashaya? Now, Karma Ashaya depends upon what? I am the doer. So, the during Nididhyasan, all the Sanchita karmas get burnt by the knowledge that I am not the doer. But the momentum which is already there works out. And that is what he says in the 445 Nididhyasana Shilasya Paya Pratyaya Ikshate. That means there is an externalization of consciousness in Nididhyasan. So he brings it back again and again. Braviti Shruti Redasya. So Vedas tell about this. Etasya, for this person, prarabdham, that there is a momentum, paladarshana. Because we see that he is still living, his body is there, his mind is there, he is working, he is feeling this body is mine, this work, mind is mine. So Phala we conclude, or the Vedas tell us that it is the past momentum which is working. This is the statement. So now, suppose the man gains full knowledge, then what happens to him? That is the question. During this Nididhyasan, he will have to follow the prarabdha. And thus we see many people with semi-realization, they sometimes suffer, they sometimes are happy because the prarabdha momentum is on them. That is the statement which Shruti has told us. He describes it further. Sukhadi anubhavo yavat tavat prarabdhamishyate. Prodaya kriya purvo nishkriyo nahi kutrachit. We are experiencing pleasure and pain. If you are experiencing pleasure, that means the prarabdha is there. We must have done some punya karmas which has resulted into experience of pleasure. No fruit can be there without something has caused that fruit to happen. Here the question is of sukha, especially because the bad karmas must have been burnt out before. So, what sukhadi is there? That means pain also will experience due to prarabdha. In the momentum which is getting manifested, there are good and bad karmas resulting in pleasure and pain. And so, if we experience pleasure and pain, then that means prarabdha is working. Without cause, there cannot be an effect. Aham Brahmeti Vijnanat Kalpakoti Shatarjitam Sanchitam Vilayam Yati Prabodhat Swapna Karmavat. In dream, we are doing many things, but when we are woke up, that nothing of that can produce a result on us. So, this knowledge that I am Brahman, all the Sanchita Karma, all the past momentum, all the past karma share, maybe infinite lives or whatever they may be uncountable life. But now there not being I, the I is getting continuously merged in Brahman. So that is Vilayam Yati, that disappears. Sanchitam. I have described what is Sanchita. So the storehouse goes away due to this knowledge. Prabodhat Swapna Karmavad, as on waking, the dream karmas vanish. So, when a person wakes up to Aham Brahmasmi, then Kalpa Koti Shatarjitam, Kalpa Koti. That means whole creation, preservation and destruction might have happened 1 crore times. And every time we have been adding Sanchita, but all this Sanchita gathers around I consciousness, I am the doer consciousness, and so, due to the I am Brahmasmi knowledge, this is gone. Yat krutam swapna velayam punyam va papamurvanam uttotitasya kim tat syat swargaya narakaya va. In dream state, he might have done good works and bad works. Papamurvanam, a lot of sins are good things he has done. When he wakes up, how can that have any effect on whether we are going to Swarga or Naraka? So how means he is not asking a question, he is making an akshep that it cannot be. Here again and again, I am reminded of the Puranic concept that in dream, Harishchandra donated everything to Vishwamitra. And so he had to keep it up in waking state. There is Puranas, I don't know how to deal with it, but whatever has happened in the dream state cannot be applied in the waking state because the person dreamer has gone. So this person who was doing karma in the waking state has gone because of the Aham Brahmasmi waking. He is explaining this through examples. From asangam udasinam parigyaya navo yata na shrishyati chayat kinchit kadachit bhavi karma bhi. Another set of karma. They are called bhavi karmas. That means we have got knowledge. And even then, in our body, some karmas going on. Will they produce result or not? Here again, that Nididasana Shil is doing some karmas. And then, what is your real nature? Asanga, unattached, udasin, above everything, knowing this, realizing this. How can you be attached to that which is being done by your body or mind? Yatkinchit, anything, kadachit, anytime, avi karma vi. Of those karmas which we see a person with semi-knowledge or knowledge knows that is asanga. His real nature is one without a second. Example is that navo yata, the sky or the space. We may see dust and smoke and everything in the sky, but it is known clearly that the sky or space do not get attached to that dust or smoke. As soon as they are gone, they are gone. No attachment takes place because the sky is so sushma that even during the smoke or the dust, it was the sky itself, space itself which had taken that form. So it is not attached at all. So when a man knows that he is Brahman, then this bhavi karmas also cannot attach to him. Now, example of Nava is being explained in the next sloka. Na Navo Gata Yoge na Pura Gandhe na Lipyate Tathatmopadi Yoge na Tad Dharmair Naiva Lipyate. Now there is a jar, and in the jar, wine is filled up, and there is space in the form of the wine, in the form of the jar, inside, outside. Now, does the space retain that smell of the wine? Does the space retain any of the jar? No. So, Upadhi, that means which is not real but appears to be real by the Upadhi of the body or the mind and their characteristics, Atma Naiva Liptate. Atman is never attached. Now he is explaining how the Prarabdha works. How the Prarabdha works. For whom it works, Nididasana Shilasya. That he has already told. But actually how it works, ज्ञानोदयात् पुरारब्धं कर्म ज्ञानान्न नश्यति अदत्वा स्वफलं लक्ष्यम् उद्दिष्टो सृष्टबाणवत्. In this life, before the knowledge had dawned, we had done some karma. That is momentum of the prarabdha. That momentum is not destroyed by the knowledge for the nididasana, mind you, without giving its root, result. Example is describing like the arrow which has been shot. The example explains in the next sloka. Here he mentions only that like the arrow which has been already shot. Vyagra buddhya vinirmukto bana paschattu gomatau na tishtati chinatteva laksham vegena nirvaram. Imagine a man has so many arrows in his quiver, and or in the modern terms, so many cartridges are there in his store. And he has put one cartridge in the gun, or he has taken an arrow and loaded it on the bow. And one he has just now shot. One arrow has been shot just now. One arrow is on his bow, and there are many arrows in the quiver. Now, why he is shooting the arrows? Because he thought there is a tiger. Vyagra Buddha. He hazily saw something. He thought that it is a tiger, and so he had shot an arrow. And if the tiger does not die, he will hit another arrow. So he has another arrow on his bow ready. And there are many arrows in his quiver. So he will go on shooting. At that point, he sees clearly it is not a tiger but a cow. He does not want to kill that cow. So the arrow which he has fixed on the bow, he will not shoot. The arrows which are in his quiver, he will not use. But the arrow which he has already shot, what happens to that arrow? It will hit the target. It will not fall down before hitting the target. Vyagra Buddhya Vinirmukto Bana. Arrow which has been shot with the idea that it is a tiger. Paschat to go matau, but after shooting he has understood it is a cow. Na tishtati. It will not stop in between. Chinatteva laksham vegena. With all its force, it will hit the target. Nirbharam. Nirbharam means it cannot check itself, that is Nirbharam. It does not, it is not dependent now on our will that it is a cow. It has gone, it will shoot. So this is the Nididhyasana Shil's Prarabdha. Prarabdham balavattaram khalu vidam bhogena tasya kshayaha सम्यक ज्ञान हुता शनैव विलय प्राक् संचिता गामिनाम ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमवेक्ष्य तन्मयतया ये सर्वदा संस्थिता तेषां तत्त्रितयं नहि क्वचिदपि ब्रह्मैव ते निर्गुणम्. So in this shloka, first two lines describe the prarabdha of the Nididhyasana Shil. The next two lines deny that for a man of full knowledge. Let us see that. Vida means person with semi-knowledge. Prarabdha is very forceful. They have to experience that. Then only it will get exhausted. Then the knowledge which is flashing in them, that has destroyed their sanchita and agami. The karma being done with that knowledge has no fruit. Because I am not doing that. With this knowledge, the karma is happening. So that will not produce any fruit. And the sanchita has gone because I know that I did not do those things. So they have gone. But that arrow which has been shot, that momentum which is carrying on this body will have to be experienced. This is for the Nididhyasana Shil. Now, there is another person, Brahmatmakyam Aveksha, who has seen that Brahman is my reality. My reality is not different from that Brahman has been realized. Tanmayataya. Then this I is gone. This I has lost itself in Brahman. Yes, Sarvada Sanstita, and that is their permanent state. After Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the I appears, but it does not come back as real. So that is their state. Eshanta Tritayam Nahi, Sanchita, Agami, or Prarabdha, nothing for them. Nahi Kochidapi, in no case it can be there. Brahmaivate Nirgunam. They are Nirguna Brahma. One who has lost his I is Nirguna Brahma. And in Nirguna Brahma, there is no action at all. So this example of arrow being shot and all that works only for the Nididhyasana Shil because he thought like that and now he thinks like that. But when it is permanently gone, his eye is permanently gone, where the work will stand. So Shankara correctly, not only correctly but boldly and correctly is describing that for a man of full knowledge, there is no question of prarabdha. It is all for the Nididhyasana Shil he has already described, and that is how that short arrow and all that differs. Now, what will happen to him? Padi tadatme vihina kevala brahmatma naivatmani tishtato mune. प्रारब्ध सद्भाव कथा न युक्ता स्वप्नार्थ संबंध कथेव जागृता. So there the example of arrow does not hold. The example of dream and waking state holds. Because they are examples. They cannot prove anything. They only explain how things are happening. So, Upadhi Tadatme Vihit. That means this body, this mind, this I consciousness, they are Upadhis. And he is not identified with any of the Upadhis. Upadhi Tadatme Vihit. all that is lost in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And after Nirvikalpa Samadhi, it comes back as a reflection, as an appearance, unreal something. Brahmatmanaivatmani tishtato mune. Is Muni, is man of full knowledge. He lives only as Brahman as his self. He does not have a separate self. Now, will Brahman undergo that prarabdha? I was responsible for that momentum. I is not there. Where will the momentum go? Like the dream things do not affect the man in the waking state. So this dream experience, arrow and shot and all that is a dream experience. And when we wake up, how that can have any effect on us? So the example of arrow being shot and all that is a dream experience. And when we wake up to our reality, how that can affect us? So long as we are as Brahman and as I, Nididhasanashil, so long as the prarabdha takes place. Nahi prabhuddha pratibhasa dehe dehopayoginyapi cha prapanche karoti ahantam mamatam idantam kintu swayam tishtati jagarena. Prabhuddha, one who has awakened in the reality, deha was a pratibhas, deha was an appearance, and the world which was useful for that deha, there was an appearance, and the manifold world was something useful for that day. About that, he can never feel I or my or this. I or my or this he will not feel. He will feel everything is unreal, everything is Brahman only. That is what he experiences. Kintu swayam tishtati jagarena. He is always awake. A man who has awakened does not sleep. It is not a physical description, but is awareness of Brahman never vanishes. That is the point. So he does not sleep. Sleep refers to here covering of the man of reality. So that sleep does not come to him once that has been destroyed. So he is showing that for a man of full knowledge, the arrow, I told you just now, arrow and all that example is there, but that is all in the dream state. And so long as man is half dreaming has away, that will affect him. But a man, when he has fully awakened, how that dream can affect him? न तस्य मिथ्यार्थ समर्थने च न संग्रहस्थ जगतोपि दृष्टा तत्रानुवृत्तिर् यदि चेत् पुरुषार्थे न निद्रया मुक्ति इतिष्यते ध्रुवम् मिथ्या अर्थ समर्थने इच्छा नास्ति. He can never feel these things to be real or I am really experiencing the world. He can never say so. And about the world, he does not accept it at all. If about the false things, anuvritti yadi, that means there is some realism in him, then we shall say he is not yet awakened. If something of the dream state remains in him, then he has not awakened. Nidraya mukta iti shyate dhruvam. That is very certain that if he carries the impressions of the unreal world, then he has not awakened. If he has awakened, no impression of the unreal world can remain in him. This is an example. Tadvat pare brahmani vartamana sadatmana tishtati nanyadikshate smrutir yatha swapna vilokitarthe तथा विदा प्राशनमोचनादौ. Similarly, one who is living as the Parabrahma, Sadatmana, that Sad Brahma is his self, na dikshate. He does not see anything apart from Brahman. Whatever he sees, he feels it is Brahman only. Now we have seen something in the dream. In the waking state, we may remember that, but we'll remember that it was dream. Tatha, Vida. So a man of knowledge, Rashana Mochanado. That means is eating and Mochanado, washing himself, or giving up what he has eaten, excreta. So in eating and in excreta, for the man of knowledge, it is like a memory of the dream. Like a memory of the dream. When he is awakened in Brahman, outside these actions, he will feel them as memory of the dream. कर्मणा निर्मितो देह प्रारब्धं तस्य कल्प्यताम् नानादेर आत्मनो युक्तम नैवात्मा कर्म निर्मिता. So now we think that prarabdha is only about the deha. Atma has not been made by the karmas. Deha was made by the karmas. So let us think, kalpata means let us think that the prarabdha sticks to the body. Anadir atmano. Atma is anadi. For it is cannot apply because Atman is not made by karma. So now we are thinking in two parts. Prarabdha for self and prarabdha for the body. Now prarabdha for self is not possible, he has told. Again he reiterates that Ajo Nitya Shashwata iti Shrute Shruti Ramogavak Brute Shruti Ramogavak Tadatmana Tishtatosya Kuta Prarabdha Kalpana. Shruti's Vani is Amogha, unfailing. And it has told us that Atman is Aja Nitya Shashwata. When one stays as that, how can there be imagination even of Prarabdha for the person who is staying only as Atman? Prarabdham siddhati tada yada dehatmana sthiti dehatma bhavo naiveshta prarabdham yajyatamata. So prarabdha can function only when there is consciousness that I am the body. But such a feeling is not at all recognized in a man of knowledge. He can never feel I am the body. So give up this idea of prarabdha. Prarabdham tyajyata means give up this idea of prarabdha for a man of realization who cannot feel I am the body. Now let us think of the other side, that the prarabdha is working on the body. शरीरस्यापि प्रारब्ध कल्पना भ्रांतिरेव हि अध्यस्तस्य कुतः सत्वम् असत्यस्य कुतो जनि अज अजातस्य कुतो नाशा प्रारब्धम असतः कुतः. The prarabdha kalpana about the body also is false. Body, we see the body. It is only some superimposition on the reality. It does not exist at all. It is not real at all. It is a superimposition. And that which is a superimposition, is it born? Something real is born. This superimposition, it is not born. Man of knowledge can only talk like that. And which is not born, how it can be destroyed? So, all this being unreal, how can there be prarabdha about the unreal body? Now, our question is, how does the body persist? That is our question. So the body appears to persist. The man of realization has no connection with that. And if the prarabdha is working on the body, it is his free will whether he keeps it or not. For a man of nididhasan, of course, the prarabdha is working and we'll have to experience that till the body falls or till he realizes fully. ज्ञानेन अज्ञान कार्यस्य समूलस्य लयो यदि तिष्ठत्ययं कथं देह इति शंकावतो जडान् समाधातुं बाह्यदृष्ट्या प्रारब्धं वदति श्रुति न तु देहादि सत्यत्व बोधनाय विपश्चितम्. No, we are jada. That means we have not experienced the state of knowledge. We have not experienced the nididhasana shilata also. Neither have we experienced what is knowledge. That is called jada. We ask how the body stays. If the prarabdha is not working, why the body does not fall for a man of realization? If the ajnana karya, if the body is a product of wrong knowledge, and the wrong knowledge has been destroyed by knowledge, all is theory for us. Huh? So we get the doubt, we Jada people get the doubt, how is the body? Then the Shruti has to explain from the external side. Bhaya Drishtya. Because for the man of realization, if there is no body, Ashariratvam is mukti. We have been told again and again. Bodilessness is mukti. We see the body. For him, there is no body. Samadhatam Bhaya Drishtya. And the Shruti has to satisfy us from the external side. So it says Prarabdha is there. Shruti does not want to tell us that body is real for a man of knowledge. For a man of knowledge, Shruti is not telling the body is real. Something is there like the dream experience. Something is like the memory of the dream. Now think of the man of knowledge with the help of this. What a super state he is in. We think that he is feeling body, he is feeling mind, but the man of realization is carrying all these things like a memory of the dream in the waking state because he has woken up to his real nature. Or the Nididhasanshil, it continues. Now find the difference. Nididhasanshil has to experience prarabdha. For a man of knowledge, we see the body. He does not feel the body. That is the great difference. And because the man of knowledge, he does not feel the body to be real. Body is an appearance for him. Body is like a dream memory for him. We see that body is continuing. So from the external point, Shruti is the prarabdha. But Shruti never wants to tell us that the man of knowledge can feel that body to be real. He feels the body as the memory of the dream experience. That means in my dream I used to feel I have a body. Now I am woken up. So that body of the dream I am carrying only as a memory. So here he has completed his description of the prarabdha. He has described how the prarabdha works. And he has told that it is very, very clear statements that it is for the nididhyasana because there is still bhaya pratyay ikhyate. So prarabdha is there. For a man of knowledge, the body which is supposed to be under prarabdha is an appearance, is carrying the body like memory of the dream, is not carrying the body as something real or as something his or something he. Neither I am the body nor my body. So for him, there is no question of prarabdha, and the body is unreal. So what is the talk of prarabdha on the unreal things? That is the description. So we have become very clear now that for the nididhyasanshil, prarabdha is there. For the man of knowledge, body itself is unreal. Then where is the prarabdha? And for the Atman, there cannot be any prarabdha. And body is under the prarabdha, body is unreal. But we, the Jada people, cannot understand this. So Shruti tells it is prarabdha which is continuing the body. This is the clear statement. Now what is his consciousness? If there is no prarabdha, if he is carrying everything as memory of the dream, what is his consciousness? That has to be described positively. And so, we have some shlokas there now. Paripurnam anadyantam aprameyam avikriyam ekameva dvayam brahma neha nanasti kinchana. Important. Paripurna, without beginning, without end, beyond the scope of means of knowledge, changing, one without a second is Brahman. Here neha nanasti, that is the important thing here. In this world, there are no different things. What are the things? Appear different, unreal. What are the things? Brahman only, one without a second, no difference. This is for the man of knowledge. So the consciousness of the man of knowledge has to be explained now. After telling that Prabhupada does not work on him, so his knowledge is like this, that even in this world, there is nothing other than Brahman. There is nothing other than himself. There are no varieties in this world. He may perceive varieties. He may appear to deal with those varieties. But in his consciousness, it is one without a second Brahman alone. That point is being emphasized now. For a man of realization, how does he look at the world? Sadganam Chidganam Nityam Ananda Ganam Akriyam Ekameva Dvayam Brahma Neha Nanasti Kinchana. Sadgana, existence congealed. Chidgana, consciousness congealed. Permanent, Ananda congealed. Without any modification or change, without any kriya. That is one without a second Brahman. So, in the knowledge, in the consciousness of the man of realization, even in this world, there are no differences. Pratyek purnam anantam sarvatomukham ekameva dvayam brahma neha nanasti kinchana. It is inside everybody. It is homogeneous. It is infinite. Complete in itself, infinite, perfect, and appears in so many ways. Sarvatomukha means that Brahman, one without a second, appears in so many ways. It is one without a second, without a duality. So, for the man of knowledge, here in this world also, there are no differences. Aheyam anupadeyam anadeyam anashrayam ekameva dvayam brahma neha nanasti kinchana. Brahman is something which cannot be given up. Brahman is something which cannot be accepted from outside. Brahman is something which taken up nor accepted. Anadeyam, anupadeyam, anadeyam. Eya upadeya is a pair of opposite. Other than that, taking up itself is not possible. Anashraya. Brahman has no ashraya. Brahman lives in its own ashraya, has been told. One without a second reality. So in this world also the man of knowledge does not see any variety. Nirgunam, Nishkalam, Sukshmam, Nirvikalpam, Niranjanam, Ekameva, Dvayam, Brahma, Neha, Nanasti, Kinchana. So the nature of Brahman which he has realized is Nirguna, without parts, setless, no alternative, no spot, one without a second Brahma. So even in the world, he does not see any differences. Anirupya Swarupam Yat Mano Vacham Agocharam Ekameva Dvayam Brahma Neha Nanasti Kinchana. The Swarupa of Brahman can never be described. So negatively only it is being described. It is beyond the mind and beyond the description, Vani, one without a second. So even in this world, there are no differences. Sat Samruddham Sata Asiddham Shuddham Buddhamani Drisham Ekameva Dvayam Brahma Neha Nanasti Kinchana. Sat Samruddham. Sat means reality. Samruddham means the effulgent reality. Sata Siddham, it is established by itself. You don't have to prove it. It is the pure. It is always awakened. It is not like something. That is one without a second Brahman. So for the man of realization, even in this world, there are no differences. So uh, we have been able to describe, remember that the arrow experience is all a dream experience. So for the man of knowledge, it does not exist. Atman is ever free. And if you think there is a prarabdha on the body, body is not real to him at all. And so for a man of full knowledge, there is no prarabdha. But we, the Jada people, also Shruti tells that, okay, prarabdha is carrying the body. But for Nirjasanashil, he has to experience the prarabdha till he fully realizes or till the body drops. Om Sarvavedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyam Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanam